Yes, Anna, this is Roger Schuler down in Birmingham, Alabama. And,
yes, Roger.
And I got your voicemail. I'm sorry that you missed me, but appreciate you calling back.
Sure.
And I just wanted to touch base with you. I've written in different areas of journalism for about 30 years. I have a blog here called Legal Schnauzer that deals with justice issues, and I've written...
Believe it or not, Roger, I think I've been on that to research you came up when I Googled somebody.
Oh, really?
When I was looking at a potential client about a year ago, yeah.
Oh, well...
So, I mean, that's such an unusual name for a blog. I remember it.
Well, I've been covering, particularly in Alabama, but also beyond our state, in a case, a very unusual divorce case that I became aware of involving Ted Rollins. And I understand that he... and his daughter met with you to get about her admittance to the University of the South at Sewanee, where of course you're on the board. And I just wanted to check with you on a couple things about that, if I could.
Okay, well, Roger, first of all, I'm not on the board.
Oh, okay. Well, what is?
I mean, I'm not. I was on the visiting committee for years, but that's not. There are two boards at Sewanee because the church really runs the college. So. Okay.
But you're affiliated with the college, I guess.
Well, I mean, I went to Sewanee. I have a house up there. I sort of halfway live there. So, I mean, my son went to Sewanee. I went to Sewanee. My sister went to Sewanee. I mean, I've always done a lot for the university.
Okay, but you did. I understand from Mr. Rollins' ex-wife and from Sarah that you met with them.
Oh yes, absolutely. Ted is a friend of someone I do business with here in Nashville, and he asked me if I would, just show them around, and I do that for people all the time, and was happy to do that.
And, well, I wondered, like I say, this is a very unusual divorce case. Number one, it was started in South Carolina and couldn't even legally be heard in Alabama, but it was. And Sarah, unfortunately, has really been a victim in all this. She and her sister and her mother, Ted's ex-wife, have actually been on food stamps because this case was so wrongfully handled. And part of, in my research of it, I discovered that Ted has a conviction for assault on his stepson back in the mid-'90s. And I just thought I should ask, since you're affiliated with Sewanee, if you were aware of that, and if that's a concern in terms of having interactions with him. I don't know that that's well known, that it was covered in the press or anything, but I just wanted to see if you were aware of it, and if it, kind of your reaction to that.
Oh, Roger, my business is in politics, and there are all kinds of allegations all the time in my world. I think Ted Rollins was an absolutely delightful, interested father who was all about his daughter the day that I met them for coffee. And, he was just very taken, I think, with the university because Sarah was really interested, and I thought she was delightful, and she and I chatted, and she was sort of the focus of the whole thing. I mean, it was her visit to the campus that was the reason that we were all together, and so he was, he was tremendous. He was delightful and a gentleman, and it was just all about going to Sewanee.
Yeah.
So, I love to show people around who are interested in that university. I think it's a special place, and it's been a special place for me. So that's my reaction to all of that. I thought Sarah was a joy.
Well, I want to agree with you there. I've only talked with her once over the phone. I've never met her, but I know her mother has gone to a great effort to raise her well, and I think has under difficult circumstances. And I know I've talked with Ted once on the phone, and I know that he can be charming at times, but there are just some simple facts in his background that are alarming. He was investigated for child sexual abuse of his stepson from actually Miss Rollins' son by her first marriage. And again, these are matters of public record, and I know you off guard, but I just...
Well, I mean, you're really not. I mean, I don't, I'm not, I sort of told you what my experience was, and that there isn't really any way for me to expand on that at all. I mean, I was so excited that Sarah was excited about the place, and she was certainly, she's bright as all get out, and I thought she was a great fit for the university. And again, it's just fun to see a high school aged young woman sort of center in on, this place feels right to me. I like what it stands for. So I mean, my whole brief period of time with them that afternoon was lovely. But once again, it's just all about Sarah.
Yeah. And well, I understand, and I just wanted to. I know Sewanee is kind of famous for its honor code, and I don't know what role Ted Rollins played in helping her get admitted or what have you, but as an alum and someone who's been involved, and considering Sewanee's honor code, are these kind of concerns, do they resonate with you?
Ted's not the candidate for the college. She was. I mean,
okay.
This doesn't have anything to do. I wouldn't in any way hurt Sarah at all. I mean, that's her dad, and this was about her going to college, not about anything else. And that's the way I approach that. It just seems to me that this other gets to be not about her going to college, which kind of. I mean, I understand you're a journalist, and I understand completely where you're coming from. Where I'm coming from is this was this was supposed to be all about Sarah, and I made it that way.
Yeah. Well, that's I feel certain is the right thing to do under those circumstances. Did he? It sounded like though he helped arrange the meeting, or his contacts helped arrange.
Oh no, my friend here in Nashville, who is a friend of his, just said, Anna, I was just talking to my friend, and he said that his daughter was interested in Sewanee. Could you, when you were up there one weekend, because I live up there on the weekends, could you show them around? I said I'd be happy to. So that's exactly what transpired.
Yeah. Well, and I appreciate it. It is unfortunate. This was I don't know if you've heard about this well, but it's a very, very ugly divorce case. And just as an example, Ted signed a document under penalty of perjury saying that his income was $50,000 a year. And I don't think there's any question it's a whole lot more than that. And again, Sarah really has been victimized, and that's one of the reasons. I have a special interest in the legal system, and particularly this particular case was here in the county where I live in Alabama, and and I just hate to see Mrs. Sherry Rollins, the ex-wife, has really had a hard time because of it, and I just hate to see our system abused in that way. And of course, the child sexual abuse issue is really serious. I'm sure you're familiar with the Penn State Jerry Sandusky matter up there, and again, that's I've had two different members of the family confirm that there was an investigation on that. So, but I understand, and I hope Sarah has a good experience up there. But if I did want to run these questions by you, is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I mean, I just was delighted to meet her and think she is super, and I hope that she has a great experience on that mountain. And I'm sorry that there are all these other things swirling around, but she's my young friend, so
well, I'm glad she's
supportive of her.
Yeah, well, she's had to overcome quite a bit, and I appreciate the opportunity she's got there, but Anna, I'll let you go, and I appreciate your time.
Good luck with what you're doing, and I'm sorry, I don't have any relationship to any of the rest of that stuff or any knowledge or anything. My day with them was a delightful one, and it was obvious to me that they were each crazy about the other. So I mean, it was just a pretty standard, exciting day for a father and daughter doing a university tour. So that's about my only story where they are concerned.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Well, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.